morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69 and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to have a look at the shop and what I would recommend to buy and what I would recommend to stay away. So we're going to get straight to it. We do have some gameplay to show of a couple of the tanks as well. So straight up, you have what's in the shop. We're going to look at tanks wise. Smasher for 15k gold. You can get yourself 15 crates with 3.5% drop rate. Yeah, GG Wargaming, thank you for bringing the Smasher back. If the Smasher wasn't broken enough, you were about to see a lot more in the battle. Now, we are going to have a look at the E75 TS and we are going to have a look at the M41 Bulldog. This deal right here for 10,500 gold, it's a pretty good deal. But we're going to have a look at some gameplay of those tanks. On the offers, not much more they offer. Now, we are on the Hawaii app gallery, so I think things are a bit cheaper here. You've got the premium pass for £3.50 where usually it is £5. So these little bundles here, £2.10 for 2 tanks. It's the tier 2 tanks, the T2 light and the T7 combat. Not great tanks, I mean they are lower tier, but for that price it's not too bad at all. And as for tanks, that's it. That is all that is for sale at the moment. So let's get straight into some gameplay of these 2 tanks right here. So the first tank, the E75 TS, I wouldn't say it's so rare. It hasn't been for sale that much, but it is a fantastic tank. It's got the armor, basically it's it's a mix between a E75 and a Tiger. It's got a great turret, great armor all around, and it is very, very, very troll. It doesn't have the higher alpha, it only has sort of 300, just 310, something like that, 330. You could do upwards of 400 per shot. So the gun's nice, the armor is nice, speed isn't the best, but I mean, when I've been playing this tank, I haven't actually bounced too much. I mean, we are up against here a standard B in front of us, but so we're not bouncing too much. I mean, we bounced 1,000 damage there, which is pretty good for a minute gone into the game, but we're also losing hit points, and that's my thing with this tank. I drive it like it's a mouse. I drive it like it's nothing can pen me, only because when I come up against the tank, it is so freaking troll, so hard to pen. You have the bottom plate, which is very weak. But obviously when you angle your bottom plate, even the side, the tracks do become, they're strong. Obviously the more you angle them, the weaker the side becomes. So you can side scrape in the thing, as long as you sort of turn your turret. There is some weak spots on the turret as well, but overall it's a very, very nice tank, and it's a tank I enjoy playing. For 10,500 gold in this bundle, I think you can get this for sort of, what is it, 7,000-8,000 gold on its own. On its own, yeah, you'll probably look at the higher end. I would say it's still worth it for 8,000 gold. I would say that the tank is worth that price. You just look at the tech tree tank, which is sort of 7,600 gold. So this for 8,000 gold, I think that's a pretty solid price. But for 10,500 gold, and you're getting 2 tier 8 tanks, that for me is a very good price. Now you can see the E75 TS on the enemy team. Of course, he has his turret turn, which means we were able to pen. But just look at that upper plate. Look at the sides. Look at the tracks. When he's angling, very, very difficult to pen. Obviously as soon as you over angle, they do become really, really, really weak. But overall, I love the tank. It is a good tank. You don't see too many in the game, but after this bundle, I'm assuming that you will start seeing a lot more. Pretty difficult tank to ace as well. I thought that was enough. 4.3k. We make some nice credits, 125,000 credits, but sadly wasn't quite enough for an ace. But overall, the the E75 TS, very good tank, and I would definitely recommend thinking about buying this tank. Moving on to the German Bulldog, my favorite tank in the game, and we're going to watch Steven here, and he's just going to showcase how good this tank can be. It is basically a bulldog in tier 8. You have the T49, obviously with the derp gun. This is basically a T49-ish, or it's a Walker Bulldog in tier 8, and it's German. So we call it the Black Dog, the German Bulldog, whatever you want to call it. Now, this tank is very similar to the RU251. It's very, very quick. It has literally no armor. You could be HE'd anywhere, literally anywhere on this tank. So you have to bear that in mind, because you're not going to bounce anything that comes your way. But the thing that that has going for it on this tank is that HE pen. It has really, really good HE pen. They pretty much call it HEP. It's basically over 100 millimeters of penetration. Absolutely brilliantly, and you can HE a lot of tanks from the side, also a lot of tanks from frontally, but also some tanks from behind, like even heavy tanks you can HE from behind. So do make sure that you carry enough HE with you. We can see Stephen here, he's carrying quite a few. So far he's managed to get this CDC down quite low hit points, and now he's going to focus on the Tiger 2. Still paying attention. I love his awareness. He is still paying attention to the CDC. There goes the AMX50 100, and now he can focus a little bit on this Tiger 2. He really has to deal with this CDC. He is low hit points, but you know, he's a quick tank, great DPM, and he can destroy him with that HE there. Now he's going to come up and he's going to try and help his high IS3. Now watch this. I mean, look at that. I know the rear of tanks are not normally well armored, but I mean, it's still quite difficult to pen a Tiger 2 from the rear with HE, but not with the German Bulldog. Just look at that, anywhere, literally anywhere. So that will pump, the more HE shells you manage to pump out, the more DPM that you're able to push your tank up, and it already has good DPM. But if you manage to penetrate those HE shells, then of course your DPM is just going to be insane. So do try the HE. Don't be afraid to use HE in this thing. Sometimes it won't pay off, of course. It's not going to pay off all the time. There will be occasions where you low roll, you only splash, but yeah, it definitely is worth switching to, just to see if you can penetrate it. If you can't, quickly switch back to the AP or the APCR. So it has the speed to get around tanks. Remember that it's 60 odd kilometers an hour, so it's a very, very quick tank. So you are able to circle tanks, get around them, use the HE, just like here. Stephen will be able to use HE on this thing quite comfortably, but he doesn't want to risk it. He wants to go for the AP to guarantee the pen, and he is able to bring him down, and the IS3 takes him out. So Stephen is now on 3.2k damage, so he's already done a great job, and he's already used quite a bit of HE. So you do have to remember, don't be in line, don't be in the front of the enemy tanks, because it doesn't matter if you're up against tier 8, 7, 9. As I've said before earlier in this video, you're not going to bounce anything. Now Stephen gets pretty lucky with this T29 here. He's also going to get lucky that there is an AFK Tiger, a full hit point Tiger AFK. So yeah, he does get pretty lucky. He's going to get one more shot into him. Nice. Well, it's a high roll of 300 with the AP. So is he going to be able to take him out? No, the IS3 just takes him out, but the IS3 is very, very low hit points. But one shot from this J Panther will bring the Bulldog down, or the German Bulldog down, to a one shot if this J Panther is using HE. And as you can see, nice easy penetration there on the side of this guy, and he is going to take him out for his third kill, just leaving one tank left. Now he's going to run around the whole map, and the Tiger is actually back where he went, by the D cap, under the bridge sort of thing. He's by there, so he's going to just use the mobility of this tank. It's a 3 versus 1, but at the minute no one knows that he's AFK, so he is going to try and use his light tank skill and open up the enemy. He's already done a fantastic job. 3 kills, 4.9k damage, and as I've said, this tank was my favorite premium tank in the game for a very, very long long time. Before the Pagettos 46s came into the game, and smashers and stuff like that. But yeah, you don't want to get in the way of a smasher, that's for sure. Or anything big, ISU 152, SU 152, just try and stay at the back, play it like a light tank, you know, go spot, go relocate. You have the speed, you are a light tank, so you can spot those tanks really early on, and then just sort of relocate, decide what you want to do after that. But by all means, just get the hell out of there. Don't be afraid to run away. And we can see Stephen here, he's just run around the whole map, and now he does have a few HE shells left, so he is going to just penetrate the rear of this guy. And as you can see, look, you could penetrate anywhere on this tank. That was a low roll, just under 300 from him, that shot. And these are actually quite low rolls, 323 there, but he is now a one shot, and he is going to take him out for his 4th kill. And that's the kind of things the Bulldog can do when played correctly. When you're not getting shot, 6,100 damage, 152,000 credits. So this offer, 10,500 gold, is definitely worth thinking about. 2 fantastic tier 8 tanks for a good price. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.